Hey guys, I'm here for the 11th review in the SummerSlam Review Series. No! It's the 10th anniversary of SummerSlam, but it's the 11th SummerSlam. It's SummerSlam 1998, the first official Attitude Era SummerSlam. And probably the best, but I'll tell you about that when I get all four of them reviewed. So this took place on August the 30th, 1998, from Madison Square Garden in New York, New York. So for the 10th anniversary of SummerSlam, they did what they did with the 10th anniversary of WrestleMania and went back to where they started with SummerSlam. In fact, Madison Square Garden, I believe, has hosted 3 SummerSlams, while the state of New York has hosted 4 because I believe Nassau Coliseum hosts SummerSlam 02, but I could be wrong on that. There are 8 matches on this show, so we have a 40 total maximum star rating. Opening contest, WWE European Championship match, D'Lo Brown versus Val Venus. A 3.5 star match, really good match. Burgeoning on 4 stars, I deserve to finish though. This is a very good European Championship match. It got time, it's 15.5 minutes. Which is really unique. I kind of always liked D'Lo Brown at this point when he was European champ because he always was from a different European city, and it gave a character to that in a way. Like I said, this is a very good match. It's burgeoning on 4 stars, but D'Lo essentially wins by DQ when Val Venus pushes the ref down. I would have preferred some kind of a decisive win. So while it's burgeoning on 4 stars, I'm giving it 3.5. Good match, though. Very, very, very good match. Of course, for a good match, we then bring it down as our next match. 4-on-3 handicap match. The Oddities versus Kai. Who's got the handicap there? The Oddities' combined weight is probably close to 1,500 pounds, and Kai probably weighs a combined, 700 at best. So who's really got a handicap here? This is a traditional comedy match. It's half a star, and the Oddities win with a quadruple choke slam by Kurgan and the Giant Silva. I should mention that one of the Oddities, the guy who was Golga, that was Earthquake under a mask wearing a Cartman from South Park shirt. That's really all I really ever want to talk about the Oddities. So then we get a hair versus hair match. X-Pac versus Jeff Jarrett. Good match. 2.5 stars. X-Pac has Howard Finkel out with him, which is a good story element because earlier tonight Jeff Jarrett had cut Howard Finkel's hair. Not that Howard Finkel ever had that much hair to cut off, come to think of it, but so finish eventually comes. Southern Justice come out. They try to hit X-Pac with the Jarrett's guitar. X-Pac gets the guitar, hits Jarrett open, and pins Jarrett for the win, and then shaves his head, but not all the way bald. So imagine that. This is when Jeff Jarrett got his whole let's whack you with a guitar gimmick that never drew a dime anywhere he ever went. Started here. 2.5 stars, though. Very good match. Good match. Followed that up with another good match. It's also fairly historic, as it's Edge and Sable versus Marc, Mero, and Jacqueline in a mixed tag team match. Actually, one of the better mixed tag matches. It's the first mixed tag match at SummerSlam, and it's also the pay-per-view debut of Edge. Now, this was obviously a test with him because they put him with probably at that time one of the 5 most over people in the company in Sable. And this match is okay. It's 2 stars. Edge hits a downward spiral and then Sable rolls into him and they do Edge plats her down on Marc Mero, which gets the win. Now, in the rules of the match, that would technically be illegal, but it's the Attitude Era, and nothing made a lot of sense in the Attitude Era in a lot of ways. Because it was a mixed tag match, therefore the only person eligible to pin Mero was Edge. Just bringing that up. 2 stars, though. Good match. So then we get a unique match, a Lion's Den match. Ken Shamrock versus Owen Hart, who's got Dan Severn with him. This is a hard match to rate because it's kind of the WWE trying to be UFC, but I don't know how to rate this match. I think there's some good stuff with the smaller octagon. Shamrock springboards all of it a lot, and there's one spot where he does a springboard and then Owen catches him on a power slam. This match is also taking place downstairs from Madison Square Garden, the theater at Madison Square Garden. It's 1.5 stars. Shamrock wins at the ankle lock. Yeah, hard match to rate this. So 1.5 stars. So then we get a no-holds-barred handicap match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Mankind versus the New Age Outlaws. This is supposed to be Mankind and Kane versus the Outlaws, but Kane no-showed. And Vince basically convinced Mick Foley that he'd go down in history if he won this match. So essentially, Vince McMahon was leading the poor old gullible lamb of Mankind to the proverbial slaughter, in a way. While it's not a squash, because Mankind gets enough offense in it, pretty much the Outlaws batter Mankind, and if they win up with a spike power driver on the Tag Team Championship and give them the win. 1 star, and then they put Mankind in the dumpster, and Kane hits him with a sledgehammer. Or at least that's what's implied. You never actually see Mankind get hit in the dumpster in it, so 1 star. So then we get the 2 big matches, and they're really good. First match of these first 2. Ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. The Rock versus Triple H in one of the greatest SummerSlam matches in the history of the WWE, and arguably one of the greatest ladder matches in this company's history. This is a 5-star match, and this is where you could tell that The Rock was ready to be given that mantle that they would go with at Survivor Series. This is why you could tell this is why they would go there, because Rock looked like he was ready to be a main event player. And Triple H looked like he was getting on the cuffs of that too, and come the next year he would be the WWE Champion, although not at SummerSlam, but the day after. This is a very good ladder match. It's, like I said, arguably the greatest ladder match. It's one of the all-time great SummerSlam matches. But I don't know if it's the greatest ladder match. Shawn and Razor had good ladder matches. This is only the 2nd ladder match in the history of the SummerSlam, if I'm correct on that. So, yeah, it's 5 stars. No real complaints here. No real complaints at all. 2 of the WWE's young lions at that time, who would go on to become basically 2 of the 5 big superstars of the Attitude Era. The 5 big superstars of the Attitude Era. Austin, Taker, well, there's 6 in the Attitude Era. Austin, Taker, Mankind, Kane, Rock, and Triple H. Those are the 6 big stars of the Attitude Era, and this is 2 of what would become those 2 big ones, going out there having a 5-star classic at the 2nd biggest show of the year. No complaints. 5 stars. Triple H won. He would never get to defend the championship though, because he got a knee injury either after this in this match or right after it. So then we get the WWE Championship match. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker. 4-star match. I think this was actually Austin and Undertaker's best match they had against each other. There's really good spots here. Kane comes out because him and Taker and the storyline are together, but Taker sends him away because he wants to do it on his own. Taker does a leg drop from the top. Supposed to go for the Spanish announce table, but the table doesn't break. Austin wins up a stunner, just a normal one-in-the-mill stunner, and gets the win, and then Taker prevents Austin the belt, but him and Kane just stare Austin down. 4 stars this. Good match. So, our total star for this show is 20 out of 40, which makes it a C, which is the highest rated show I believe I've had so far here in the SummerSlam Review Series. Although I think due to the historical thing, 88 might be the highest, but it's definitely the highest of the most recent ones at a solid C. And if you didn't have Kai and Tivers, the Oddities there, and all that, you'd have a much better show. So, because Kai and the Oddities is the worst match on this show. So, This will be in the SummerSlam Review Series playlist. So if you like the video, like button's down there, subscribe button's down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.